if my last video felt like raw grief, this video is going to be all about what comes after. I want to especially talk to those that think that they're highly sensitive, too sensitive, that often get overwhelmed by the ability, or I think it's a gift, but the ability to feel deeply, so deeply. Those that think that they are less than others, or that this beautiful ability makes them weirdos, makes them awkward people. Whatever the story might be for you, this video is for you, and I am so honored and excited to share everything that's happening to me after I opened up. I don't think we talk that much, and I don't think there are many examples out there. I think from what I have seen, from what I have experienced in my life, I feel like we still live in a society, we still live in a world that we just don't feel comfortable talking about emotions. There's a lot of shame around being emotional and opening up to talk about what you're experiencing, how you're feeling, to be vulnerable. And I'm super happy that I'm so connected with my experience, to everything that's happening to me, and that I was looking forward to share with everyone. I did not know when it was gonna happen, how it was gonna happen. It's getting a little chilly. Let's see. I'll try to find the sun. And it took me, I don't think time matters in this space of going through deep transformations. I think I want to focus more in what I was experiencing, what I'm experiencing now, and just to reinforce all together, you and me, you watching and me, and hopefully we don't forget. And now that we have this video, we can come back to this video next time we experience something similar. The freaking power of surrendering to those deep emotions, to accept them, to create a space for them. So something that's coming to my mind, it's funny because this is real life, you know, like I'm not a superhuman, I'm just like a normal human as you are, and we get into this space of self-discovery. And it's not like I'm not a psychologist, you know, it's not like this is the only thing I do normal life, but I am super passionate about discovering who I am, becoming the person I want to be, changing the things that I don't feel. So emotions in my life, as you might know from watching my videos, and probably from just watching this video. It's such a big subject. That's been one of the biggest things that I have transformed and work on and cultivate in my journey. But it's still, sometimes I feel like we evolve, we grow, and we resonate with one idea of how things are. I will show you quickly. I am on Lombard Street, which is a very beautiful street, and I used to live here, so I wanted to record this video in this neighborhood. Anyway, so there are moments where we connect with some coaches, some teachers, some wisdom, and we evolve, we change, and maybe we connect with other kind of information. And there was a time where probably I was very into understanding my emotions, and I remember that I learned that the thing that we need to do is just to sit with them. And I think they say, maybe from psychology or neuroscience, that if you sit with emotion, it only takes like 30 seconds or a minute for the body to process emotion. But I have to say that never really worked with me. I think I liked the concept, of not intellectualize the emotion, to be present with emotion. I think from that teaching, that's what I took, that's what it worked for me, that's what I learned, and that's what I kept practicing, just to not judge, to not add a lot of meaning to what I was experiencing or to what I was feeling. And I want to say also that the more we learn about ourselves, we also start recognizing when the emotion started showing up, what triggered the emotion. So I think I am at a place where I'm very aware, and I was sharing with people these days, like, I know it's not trauma, I know it wasn't a trigger, I know it wasn't like someone said something and then I got this activation. For a couple of days I felt in my chest this big pressure and like agony, like it's just so deep. Like I was also like, I have my beautiful coach that I see sometimes when things feel so heavy, and I'm like, am I getting I'm feeling like depressed, like what's going on, this is so deep, like it's crazy, I haven't felt this way in many years. But then I will go for a walk and I will be like, God, yeah, I'm going through a lot. You know, as I shared in my past video, like I'm meeting these old versions of myself that are not longer part of who I am. So I think I never experienced the amount of awareness I have at this moment in my life of recognizing so many past versions, old versions of myself that are not longer part of who I am. So I think it's the first time that I grieve them. So I want to say now, next time I experience something similar, I'm going to be like, okay, it's super normal to grieve, you know, what it was, what took a space in our lives, what was a big part of our lives, day-to-day behaviors, way to react, respond to life, right? Just for you also to know, like, if you might be experiencing something similar, now we all know that it happens, especially for sensitive people, and it is beautiful, you know. I want to say I'm now excited to, you know, the next time it happens, maybe I can be way more loving with the process, because I had a lot of resistance. I didn't want to feel the pain. I didn't. I think I was also embarrassed to share with people. Whenever I would bring it up with people, I would see their reaction, and that's something that I've been also working on during this time of my life, of not feeling responsible for people's emotions and reactions especially about my own emotions and my own processes. But you know, when you are right in it, it can be sometimes, you know, like when so many things are just happening at the same time. Anyway, so that's how I was feeling. And also something that I can add to the heaviness of what I was experiencing is that because I moved back to the city where I lived for many years, and I left feeling like I didn't want to be here anymore. That's one other layer. It took me a couple of weeks to adjust to the weather I didn't want to experience, to things that I decided that I didn't want anymore in my life that happened in this city. Now I can see them and relate to them with more love and more acceptance. And like surrendering, to be honest, it's just challenging, you know, when you are like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but yes, I accepted life. You put me in this situation again. I'm just gonna surrender to whatever this experience is going to bring into my life. So in that process, doing this heavy work of opening up my heart to this place that had a lot of, you know, negative connotations and all these things. The one other thing that was happening is that I've been recovering from a little injury, so I wasn't able to do the things that get me into my flow state. I wasn't exercising. Also, because I am staying with different friends in different neighborhoods, my routine, I am someone that benefits a lot from routines. I love my routines. I am always excited to change them, but it's just so important for me to have one. And I just, I noticed I didn't have one. So when I started seeing that I was feeling all this heaviness in my chest and my body, and just feeling like, you know, like my eyes were so heavy all the time, I wanted to cry all the time, I was like, okay, I need to just help my body. So the thing is, something that I want to add, so you have a little bit more context. Maybe you will relate exactly to what I'm experiencing, or maybe you are experiencing a level, a portion, a version of what I'm experiencing. I am in San Francisco, a city that is very cold. I don't like it. Today it's very sunny, that's why I'm not wearing a big jacket, but I'm coming from Florida, where I was in this beautiful weather of 90 degrees every single day. My body felt so relaxed. I was wearing bikinis and I was just like, my nervous system loved it. My nervous system was extremely happy. And I think I share in my videos that understanding my nervous system and giving my nervous system what it needs is my priority. It's the most important thing for me. I want to explain that also in this video, because now that I'm experiencing all these changes, all these new things, I am realizing that it changes. What suits our nervous system changes. It changes with us. We are evolving, we're changing, and those things can change too. So during the time I was in Miami, being in the heat, being in the 90 degrees, wearing a bikini, and just even the smells, you know, like wearing sunscreen and all these things that just, I don't know, silly small things that were just suiting my nervous system. Walking on the sand, doing a yoga flow in the morning on the beach. You know, I had my little practice there. I had the little spots in the city, coffee shops and yoga studios, and the things that would create that structure for my nervous system. So I knew I was coming to San Francisco, and I was freaking out because I was like, oh my God, the cold weather is just opposite to what my nervous system needs. Like, I just didn't know, I didn't have a plan. And what I am realizing, for example, that I'm super happy to share this with you in case you are, you know, like searching, looking for something, also ideas of what could soothe your nervous system. Connection, vulnerable and genuine connection. I think I shared already this in one of my other videos. Spending quality time with people that you love, people that see you for who you are, that believe in yourself, in your purpose, in your ideas. That has been the most beautiful way to soothe my nervous system. It's been incredible. So I realized that it's been 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks on Tuesday. I've been opening up to that, and I'm realizing that, okay, yes, this is the new way. This is the way how my body is enjoying, how I'm regulating my nervous system, and it's working. Essential oils also. This is always going to be, you know, again, different for everyone, but essential oils, having a warm cup of tea, hiking, spending time in nature, is doing it. I am little by little starting to do yoga again. Of course, you know, I'm someone that has been practicing yoga for many years, so it does it for me as well. But yeah, just wanted to say, explore and open yourself to see what life is can offer you in this sense, in that space of how to soothe your nervous system. I want to also maybe explain that when we are, I'm sure if you are in this video, you are someone into self-discovery, spirituality. When we are committed to become those versions of ourselves, those authentic versions of ourselves, it's almost like we have direct communication with God, the universe, with whoever you believe in. And when we just create, once we are in this space and we have that communication with that bigger force that always sending us messages, ideas, inspiration. So trust that. Ask for what you need from your heart, and you will get what you need. I feel like that's something that I'm just having so many realizations and breakthroughs these days. Maybe I will record another video about trust and how that's another incredible shift that I am having in this journey, and how I will record another video explaining how I got here to have this beautiful relationship with trust. And so yeah, I don't want to get too distracted with this story, but there's just a little traffic. I'm getting a little distracted with so many things. I shared already the shift in my nervous system, how I was feeling, maybe I haven't shared how I'm feeling now. Well, yeah, I've been sharing a little bit of how other things have been stood in my nervous system. Yeah, I remember now exactly where I was in this story. So little by little, doing a little movement, noticing how well my body, especially with the injury, was responding to movement. I started noticing that, yeah, I do need to help my body. So this is the thing. Emotional people, sensitive people, we need to move the energy, the emotions. I like to think that, I believe that the emotions are energy, and that energy gets stuck in our bodies if we don't move it. And it's yoga for me, it can be swimming, it can be whatever, dancing, singing, using your voice. We all have different forms for this. But when we are in these deep moments of very deep transformations and grieving so much, it is so important to have a version of that. So I think with the yoga classes, because I wasn't doing a lot of movement, I did a lot of the humming, it creates a lot of vibration in your body. So I'm pretty sure that started the process for me. And today I was feeling again like super foggy, very deep, like heaviness in my chest. I just wasn't clear, and I have a lot of things that I need to do and I start taking action on. And I was like, I do need the motivation. I know what I have to do, but I just don't have the clarity. I don't feel connected with myself. And I decided to journal. It's been, I think, a few days since I wasn't doing my practice of journaling, and I got back to my practice of drinking my cacao, doing the things that have always supported my well-being, that have always made me feel connected with myself. So I did a little journaling, and I had my cacao, and I didn't want to, I had a little resistance to it, and I knew I had to do it. I did a little workout, not too strong, but I did it. So I think that helped so much to release some of the stagnant energy. So after doing movement and giving myself the things that usually help me to feel good, I decided to go to a coffee shop to have a cup of tea. Everything felt like, I feel like universe, God, the higher force of energy that created us was supporting my good intention of coming back to myself, to my center, and to connect with things that I want to do, that I desire to bring into life, into reality. So the cup of tea was a special tea. I'm a tea lover, so it was like a mix of mint and other things that it was so delicious. I sat down to start working and to start brainstorming about something that I'm probably gonna be sharing soon. And it was absolutely magical what I experienced. Of course, as a creative person, if you are also a creative, you know how those moments of inspiration work. It's just like one thing after another, and everything starts connecting, and it just had so much clarity. And it's almost like if you're a designer, things like when you are working with, you are creating the composition of, I don't know, let's say a flyer, and you have all the pieces, all the elements, and then you feel like, oh my god, it's done. You put all the things in the pieces, and you just see it so well. And yeah, I not only finished that I've been working on for a while, and it felt so good. I also had this other clarity about the next steps, but it felt so deeply in my heart, almost like, yeah, it just doesn't have the weight, or the worry or the fear I was having days before when I was thinking about you know my plans. It felt just right. Everything just made a lot of sense. And of course, I am in this bliss of gratitude, that I couldn't wait to come here and share with everyone. So, just to describe a little bit of what's happening there, it's that once we allowed ourselves to go to the grief and to accept those moments of letting go, of losing something, losing someone. It might be that you might be having someone that is passing away, or if you, I don't know, are moving from one city to another, if you're losing a job, if you're losing a friendship, a partner. We allow ourselves to accept the depth of those emotions. That's how we let them go. To work with these deep emotions. Now I know, like, that's why we want to feel them and accept them and not resist them, because only when we do that we let them go. And the beauty that happens when we let them go is that we create a space for new things. So that's why the inspiration, the clarity came to me today. And that's why I could not wait to come up here and share with everyone. Because I love you to feel my energy in what I'm sharing in my story, to allow yourself to experience it. With so much love, I wish you the best in your process. As always, feel free to share your experience, ask any questions if maybe I can share a little more of, if you have any other questions. Just let me know. Thank you so much for watching.